G'day, my name is Lex Dylan Riley, son of Peter, son of Terry, son of Patrick O'Reilly. You're going to join me on a little adventure. It is my birthday today, November 18th. We're going out into an old forest in Germania. The weather is warm, the sun is high in the sky, shining on my beautiful face. Come with me. I have been coming across a lot of pig sign in the hike-in. Most of this pig sign here is quite old. One way that I can tell that is to do with the grass regrowing up out of the turned over soil, and that the turned over soil no longer holds the shape that it would because of time and rain. There has been some fresher signs around, but this is important for me to just keep in my awareness based off where I set up camp, because there is families of pigs living here, and that's a risk to me, and it's also a risk to me disturbing them. So I need to consider that this is their home and I'm a guest here, and I also don't want to be a rude guest. And if I position myself somewhere where I startle the pigs too close to me, then they might feel quite threatened. It's not the best spot in the world, but it's the best spot for now. So I'll set the hammock up on these trees. There is definitely some pig sign right there. You can see the easiest way to tell is because of the color change, and that's terminology you might hear in tracking. But the colors there is a lot darker and wetter because the leaves have been turned over there more recently. And here is the natural color of the forest floor. And you can see the other areas where the pigs are coming. You can see here in this little section as well as maybe where they access the water. I can't see a point on the other side where they come up, maybe just over there, but there must be a reason as to why they're going down that part of the bank. The main risk with having the shelter as high as what it is now is that strong wind will blow the rain onto me in the hammock. If this angle is too shallow and not tight enough, heavy rain will push the tent down and it will start to catch water. It might split it, or it will gush off in the night, or it might hold it and collapse the whole structure. But I'm feeling lazy, so I'll try my luck. Why I want it so high is so that I do not feel separate from the forest. Here's my famous pillow. Being the hectic Afghanistan veteran, Arctic living, renowned adventurer that I am, it's not even a camping pillow. It's a legitimate pillow from the bed at home. Gotta love it. An improvement on the situation last time was to not have the bed as inflated. It was a bit too rigid. So I had to make some adjustments in the night, and hopefully I'll get the sweet spot. So discipline and awareness are two really important attributes to live well out here. I do want to be lazy. I want to relax. I don't want to have to do so much. So there's a couple of disciplines that I have to do there to support me to do that. And I have an awareness that there is this little pool of water building here. It's not raining heavily. If it starts to rain heavily, that's going to be a problem. If I cut too many corners and I get too lazy, what happens is I end up with 6 problems, not with 1. Because the problem might be that this collapses in the night, then I get wet, all my stuff gets wet, and then I'm wet in the middle of nowhere with a collapsed shelter and really uncomfortable. So the discipline now is to just keep working on my position and refine it and make any adjustments that I need to. Another discipline where it's cold and wet, or any other environment where getting up in the night is inconvenient, is to not drink much water in the PM after your lunch maybe. So it's going to be dark soon. I'm only going to drink a small amount of water. If I drink too much, I will need to get up in the night and wee, or I'll be in this uncomfortable stage of should I wee, should I not wee? It does impact the quality of my sleep and my experience here. So I'll just have a little guzzle and then that's me for the night. So that was a good night actually. No boars came down here. I did hear a tree fall in the early hours of the morning, and the only logical explanation that my brain could come up with was that it was probably a dinosaur, but I didn't see it, so I must have just kept on going. So I'll pack up the camp and I'll go for a walk. I want to find a pig wallow. We'll see. So this is the last of the camp being packed up. Something I love the most about this hammock system is how little impact it has on the ground. I've made far less disturbance than the native animals here, and it is a beautiful sunny day. I'm gonna go get some sun. So it looks like there might be a wallow just down there. Let's go check it out. Got to get across this bad boy. It's inevitable that I'll get wetter. One of the best things you can do with the river crossing is just accept that you will get wet. I've seen people fight to try to keep dry feet, and there's such a high risk of falling on the slippery rocks, and I've seen it happen. My feet is already a little bit wet from the grass anyway, so I may as well just bite the bullet, get into it, and stay a lot safer. It's also nice to feel the river. I can take a guess that I'm probably not the only creature which is crossing at this point in the river. You can see some disturbed foliage around here, and of course my guess is pigs. This looks like it could be an old wallow, and the reason why I say it's old is just got to do with how the vegetation is shaped around the hole. There is a lot of disturbance here, but again, I think it's old. I'll keep looking for something newer. You can see a sharp line in the middle of this footprint here. So that's got to do with the hooves of the pig. I've been walking along quite quietly and I just startled a deer in the brush, and that of course startled me as well because I'm really cautious of the boar, the pigs. I just don't want to be so close to them and then they become alert to me being there. It's better off that they find out maybe 20 meters, but this was 5 to 10 meters away, and I'm a bit on edge now because if that happens and I get into a fight with a wild boar, I basically need to get up a tree as quick as I can. That's the best option. So I'm still going to keep going, but we're getting deeper into where these animals favor to live. There's a lot more fresh sign, and I'm quite sure there is a well-used wallow right up there. So all this is being turned over by the boar, the family of these wild pigs. They move in mobs, in family groups. is a classic example of a pig's wallow. And what is super interesting about this is where we can see ourselves as humans and our crossover with our animal nature. Creatures in the wild have to maintain hygiene. They are creatures of habit and routine. The mob, the family of pigs that live in this area would come here periodically, maybe more in summer, less in winter, but this is how they manage parasites and their skincare. They come down, they wallow in the mud, they get mud all up along their body, and then there'll be a couple rub trees where they scrape the mud off themselves against the tree to keep clean. So we've got mud, we've got water access, we've got sturdy trees that they rub themselves on. You can even see that one over there, I'll show you in a second. And this area is quite important to them. So I'm not going to urinate here. I'm not going to eat here. If I urinate here, there's a high chance that the male boar will be intimidated by the level of testosterone in my urine and never return. Maybe I made that up. I'm funny. But me urinating and eating and starting fire here is inappropriate because of the disruption it would actually cause. You can see here is a hair of the boar. So this is wet mud and this is dry mud. So this is the indication of the time frame. So this is older and this is newer. I won't touch it so my scent doesn't get on it. You can just see the detail here of the fur, the hair of the pigs. So I know for a fact that it was raining in the night and there is no rain on top of these markings here in the mud, which indicates to me that this has happened since the rain. So it's very fresh. I hope you have enjoyed my Geburtstag, my birthday journey into the woods. We've got to see some little insights into the life of the wild boar, the Wildschwein, and some exploration into this beautiful old untouched forest. That's it from me. Back to you in the studio.